Okay, just slightly woken up, so I don't know if my voice is going to sound a little different. Back to Doki Doki Convergence, and I'll just say I don't know how long I'm going to be playing this next part. I may not finish it just because Blake will be coming over, and well, unlike what happened in Metal Gear Solid, I don't plan to continue having him to see this because, again, I've said this is more of a personal experience. Alright. The last part was quite heavy hitting because a lot of pretty heavy shit has happened, and from what we can see right here, yeah, it's getting quite deep, at least within this chapter. This is only one out of 4, just for the record, and it mostly all involves Sayori here. The chronic depression is actually hitting very hard, so especially in the last one, I wasn't as wasn't I guess my usual self, because I was really trying to really take in all this pretty seriously, and yeah. Oh, by the way, I actually managed to come across to my brother Liam, and there are 15 days in total in this game, I found out. And we're up to day 10 or 11 or something like that. So we may actually, well, I know for a fact we won't actually finish the game today. I've also had a few days off, just because I had to get my other shit sorted as well, while uploading at least the first 4 of Convergence. Wait, that was gallery. What about characters? Do we get any other characters? Oh, we got Cutter, that's right. We came across Cutter, and he's already got a chibi sticker form as well, which is nice. A professional therapist for over 15 years. So he is called Nick Cutter in this, okay. Nick Cutter's seen some pretty tough cases. Will Sayori's prove to be one of the more unique ones? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to find out. So, I actually spoke to Liam about the character of Cutter, and he basically emphasized on the fact that he was supposed to be designed as not a badass, but just, I guess a cool character to look in. Because, he's got he kind of actually looks like a very trimmed down Pokemon professor, I guess, in a way. With that briefcase that he's carrying as well, and the old grey hair. Anyway, so that was our new character that we've encountered from the last session. So here we are in the hospital, and we're in the perspective of Liam. So 26th of October is when I recorded the last one. It is the 29th, I think it is, something like that. So yeah, alright, here we go. And again, just like from before, I may be silent for most of it, just because as we are getting to the abyss of the story, and I don't mean it in a bad way, because we are within deep, I like to immerse myself in what's actually happening. So, alright, this is where Liam's now going to see Sayori, I believe, for the first time at the hospital. And so yeah, just in case if I haven't watched it, which I doubt, you have already. No, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I woke up. I'm pretty sure you have watched the previous part, so you know what Sayori was trying to do. And yeah, the moment in the festival was actually not easy to watch. I've said that to Liam. And she tries to end it all by jumping off the school building. But thankfully, Liam made sure that didn't happen and grabbed her before she could do any more harm. And then she ends up in hospital, in which case, well, at first she wasn't getting any better, and then slowly but surely, with the right words, and the right people, and the right time, she started to slowly come back. Not fully, of course, but we're going to see how it's going to go from here now that Liam is here. So, decided to skip the school day. It's probably been about I think 2 days, since he saw Sayori. Has he gotten in contact with Monica at least? At least has Monica has updated Liam or even anyone about Sayori. I like to think that's what's happened. A stable mood. Ugh. Oh, that dust as well. Also, as I'm recording this, my usual headphones, which I use to mute the gameplay whenever I'm playing games or Blake's playing games, they've basically, they're not broken, but they certainly have snapped. So I can't even wear the ones I was wearing, which explains why I was struggling wearing them last time when I was playing this mod. So I got myself a backup set, which obviously came in handy when the time was right. So thank you to, I think it was my brother who gave him, Liam. Thank you, Liam. Okay, here we go. Or she could be asleep. Maybe. I wonder if she knew that he was coming. I'll make sure nothing. To be very dependent for someone else's life, you know, it sounds heroic and I guess romantic, but it may come off as a, for them at least, from their point of view, you know, it can be quite quite a lot to take in, as having someone there to at least stop you from ending it all. You know, I don't know how anyone else would feel about that, you know, but this is probably in Sayori's case not the best thing. But I guess, you know, at this point Liam doesn't have that. I'm talking about in-game Liam, not real life Liam. Has that sort of understanding of how to deal with this kind of stuff. Of course, I mean he hasn't met Cutter yet, but yeah. Oh, I also want to say one thing as well, because I was editing the previous parts. When we first see Sayori, she had a blue bow on her head. Now she has a red. Now, I wondered if that meant anything. I don't know if it's something that has, you know, she just changes bows on a daily basis, or if the colors are supposed to solidify something that there's been sort of a change in the air, especially towards Sayori. I don't know. It's something that I get, I guess, too deep into wondering what is the case for it. But yeah, I remember it was blue in the beginning and now it's red. I think it started becoming red the day before the festival, I want to say, or something. Don't wake her up, dude. Oh. Okay. I mean, I I sort of expected, yeah, it was going to be a dream as soon as I saw her lifeless body. um, but yeah, oh, obviously that's not good when he's now starting to think that's that's how he's going to always think of Sayori. No one should have to think like that. It's horrible. Unlock day 11. Okay, so day 11. In any case, we'll probably get to the end of day 12, I believe, before Blake shows up. I don't know if Jackson's going to be here. It's supposed to rain today, like it is right now in the game. Because only Jackson can be free when it's raining pretty heavily. He does outside work, so... Anyway, that doesn't matter. That rain sounds very nice, actually. And it was raining yesterday when I was working, so that was all good. Oh, yep, Mayora. And now she knows about the bad dreams that Liam's been having, of course. So again, this will only just seem to deepen her sadness towards Liam, of course, as a little sister. Yeah. Oh, God. Alright. I mean, it is a hard-hitting thing to be feeling with, of course, but, you know. Isn't it awesome that you actually have some a sibling that's there for you, of course? I say it as if I have it in a way. And okay, I'll say briefly, you know, me and Liam have had our on and off spots, but we're good. We are absolutely good now, of course, and we've helped to achieve each other's goals as well in life. Anyway, that's all I'll say. I don't want to get too deep into it because that's not what it's about. It's about this game. I also just picked up a thing or two from Natsuki. Nice. I think you can still hear the rain as you traverse around the house. And then it starts getting louder as you get outside. But yeah. I know rain's supposed to symbolise a more depressing tone and mood. For me, I don't get that. I don't find rain depressing at all. I've always been infatuated by the rain. I love the feeling of it, the sound of it, the look at it. As a young child, I've always loved rain. It's my favourite weather. I take it more than wind. Wind is just absolutely... Wind is fine for the most part, but when it gets a bit too irritating, it does. Anyway. Even when I watch or play games, watch things or play games with rain, I get goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps right now when I'm just hearing it, or looking at it, of course. Yeah, it's not good. The way how the artists go out of their way to actually design, because I don't think in the original game we had this. This came from the original game, but in the rain setting outside, I don't think there was one. So I'd like to think at least the artists for this mod have gone out of the way to make a rain setting for this classroom from the original game, which is, you know, adds that level of not deaf. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's much more. There's a word for it. Again, I'm just trying to think of it. Immersive, I guess, and just shows. It, yeah, really trying to rope you in on the current situation that's unfolding, of course. Only Monica. Okay. Under your leadership. I mean, you know, I would jokingly make the fact that you've only been there for only a few days and you're already entrusted as being the leader. But, you know, obviously, I think it's safe to say that Natsuki and Yuri have never actually wanted to achieve being a leader. They're pretty happy of where they are, of course. So, yeah. Anyway. This is going to be a huge mood swing. By the time I'm finished with this, or at least when Blake shows up, and we're just going to resort to being, I guess, laughable idiots. But we're not going to be playing this game. We're going to work on others. We're going to try and see if we can get Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories if not finish, at least a little bit done. And I'm going to continue on Super Mario 64 as well. I can't remember where I was up to. Oh, Docs or something like that. Anyway. Oh, here we go. Yes. I'm gonna have something to eat, so I'm gonna be a little bit crunchy. I've got some crunchies, so it's gonna be a little bit loud if you hear. But I don't aim to make this a mukbang let's play. Oh, goddamn, no. Look, I'm not gonna go into that trope of where do I stand between antidepressants or not, but okay, it's often viewed in a negative fashion that they're viewed as they're supposed to help, but they do have tremendous side effects, which is not good as well. But yeah, I think you guys can probably assume where I do stand of what I personally think about antidepressants, but either way, there are alternatives. I mean, if I know it's completely different, but when I get a cold or sick, instead of taking tablets that make me feel better and get rid of the snotty nose, I stay warm or even eat an orange. An orange is also really good as well. Like I said, I know it's completely different from having a cold to someone having depression. Okay, but I'm just saying, surely there are alternatives, not to everything, but for most cases. Oh, and I'd like to at least try and take the one that doesn't impact on your body physically in a very bad way, or harmful as well. Oh shit. How long has it been since we've seen her? Since day one? Fuck. I honestly thought, because supposedly she comes from another game, she was just gonna be like, hi, I'm in this game too. But I suppose she has a bit more relevancy? Relevancy? I actually forgot to ask Liam about her. I might get a chance to tomorrow at least. Uh, okay, I understand the school needs to keep things confidential, especially in the case of a student taking their own life, but surely she would at least have heard rumors from other students when they actually caught on of what's going on. During the festival. Oh, God. Woman, surely you can piece the puzzle together. I'm sure it's not that hard. I get it's frustrating from Liam that she doesn't know what's actually happened, and he doesn't need to explain himself on it, of course. Once upon a time, Liam didn't like the rain when he was young. He hated it. And especially when it was thundering. He wasn't scared, but he just absolutely, I guess, felt a little unease. This is back when he was very, very young. Like I said, I've always loved the rain. And then as he got older, he actually really started to really love the rain. Now he sleeps with it. He actually puts headphones on and sleeps with the rain, with some sort of playlist that he's got. All he listens. Again, I don't know how he does it. I can't even sleep with headphones on, but he absolutely loves the rain. And so, having to read this, I can definitely see that happening from him. Rain always makes me sleepy as well when I'm in a comfy position. That sound like a door. Oh. Well, hello. Oh. Okay. Very interesting book cover that she's got right there. I think that she was gonna read the Necronomicon, but no, now it's not the time for that. you know, even if I was to call the main character someone else besides Liam, we can all agree, I think, that this guy is pretty lucky to have at least the people around him, and not in a way in which most guys would tend to think. You know, caring young sister, very happy and caring close childhood friend, and all these other beautiful chicks as well. Well, there, look, I said it, but besides that, you know, in this situation, yeah, it's obviously it's almost like a fever dream in a way, but you know, I don't want to completely shit on it, of course, again, because I'm trying not to. Oolong tea. Hey, that's pretty cool. You get to see her holding a cup of tea. That's nice. Sorry, I'm just trying to send a text to Blake, just to let me know when he's here, because I got headphones on. I can hardly hear anything from outside. That would have been very cute to see. And I'm sure we can easily find that on Google, someone with a fan art Sayori with long hair. I'm just gonna grab more munchies. Ugh.